Tina this time the video. On a bright sunny day, Ajay approaches Tina.
Hello Ajay, what's up? Says Tina. Ajay replies, Hello Tina, I am all good. What's up with you?
In reply, Tina says something interesting.
So Tina says, I can guess a number in your mind. Please take a number in your mind between 1 to 10 and every time I guess, tell whether my guess is right, high or low.
Ajay goes in his mind, shocked a bit by her challenge. So he says he should probably choose 7, so that it would not be very obvious for Tina.
So returning back from his mind, Ajay says, Okay, cool, I have decided a number. Tina replies, Is the number 5? Ajay says, Nope, 5 is low.
Now Ajay has picked Tina in her first guess. But is Ajay right? No. Tina is now applying some brains and thinking that 5 is low. So the numbers from 1 to 5 are definitely wrong. It has to lie between 6 and 10.
So Tina places her second guess, that is 8. And Ajay replies, No, 8 is high because the correct number is 7. What is in Ajay's mind?
Tina now knows that the number is either 6 or 7 because all other possibilities from 1 to 10 are ruled out.
So Tina says, Is the number 7? And Ajay?
Shocked. Ajay is shocked because she has guessed the number in just 3 guesses.
But now Ajay gotta hurry, so Ajay runs.
Now Tina is going to disclose her strategy to all of us. How did she guess the right number? So let's go to the classroom. Now Tina will approach us.
So Tina tells that in her mind, she built an array which consists of numbers from 1 to 10. So her first guess was number 5.
But was 5 the right guess? No, it was lower than the right guess. So that's why the number 1 to 5 are just ruled out.
Her second guess was number 8. But is 8 correct? No, 8 is higher than the number which was in Ajay's mind. Hence, 8, 9, 10 are simply eliminated.
So the numbers 6 or 7 are left. And
Tina guesses number 7. Boom, 7 is the right answer.
right answer.
In just 3 steps, Tina was able to guess the correct number which was in Ajay's mind.
But was Tina just a mere guesser? No, she used something which in computer terms is known as binary search algorithm, and we will show how it is analogous. Just I would like to refresh your memory that Tina chose the number 5 which came to the middle of the list, and as the number 5 was low, she rejected the numbers 1 to 5. Then she chose 8 which was the middle of the list, 6 to 10 the remaining list, and that's how she kept on eliminating the number and went to the final answer.
So, this strategy of Tina helped her guess the correct number in 3 steps. So, how can she guess it in 3 steps? So, how was she able to guess it in 3 steps? That is because the concept she used was binary search algorithm, and binary search algorithm has a runtime of log whose base is 2 and where n is the input. So, what is n? N is nothing but number of available elements. So, if Tina had given Ajay a challenge from numbers 1 to 32, so she would have guessed correct number in Ajay's mind in 5 steps.
But this is more useful when there are big lists in computer language. Mostly when we have to solve problems on computer. If we have to find a number 326 in a big list of 1,000 numbers, we cannot go from the first element and keep on choosing. We can, but we have to be efficient in our runtime. So what we would do is, we would check the middle of the list element, which will be the middle in 1 to 1000. It would be 500, and 500 is greater than 326. So all the numbers after 500 will be greater, and so they all will be eliminated. Now the list comes narrow to 1 to 499.
Now between 1 to 499, again choosing the middle element, that would be 250. And as 326 is greater than 250, hence 1 to 250 are again eliminated, and our search is narrowed down between 250 to 499. So each successive step, we would narrow down our elements or our length of list to half of the original list, and finally we would reach our number. So this is all about binary search algorithm. So now we would code it out for you, and we will also show that how the time taken for binary search algorithm is very less as compared to the runtime of linear search algorithm. So we would show you the coding of both the algorithms and the respective execution time. So now let's hit the coding window.
Start.
So we'll look at the coding part of it now. And we'll also show the execution time comparison between binary search algorithm as compared to linear search algorithm, so that you will get to know how efficient is binary search algorithm. So we'll define low, an index named low, that will be 0 initially.
Already, by the way, defined a list and a target element.
Yeah, so demo list is constant, which was shown in the animation, and our target element is 257.
Low and high are indexes. Low is the first element, actually, the index of the first element, and high is the index of the last element, because, yeah, because indexing starts from 0. Now, while low is less than equal to high, it means until and unless we have dropped down to just one number, like until and unless low and high are just equal. However, we are gonna break when we find the element, but until and unless low and high are equal, just keep iterating. So now the middle index would be calculated. We would make it integer first of all, because the division causes the number to be float. And now we will find the middle element.
Middle element will be demo list passing through in the middle index.
Yes.
So passed by middle index, yes. Now comes our if conditions. If middle element equal to target, simply print the
middle index.
Middle index, yes.
Yes. And by the way, if you just leave the condition on its own, it's just gonna print the index in your screen.
It will
so
keep
break
iterating.
Yeah,
it will just go on.
You might try it once. Want to do. Now, if the middle, we will write in terms of target. That seems better. Now, if the target is greater than the middle element. Okay. Now, target is middle element is 72 in our case, or 69 something out of 2. And if our target is greater, so we have to search in this range. So what we will do? The high is already this one, and the low is this one. But we just want to search within this numbers. So we will set low to this. No, 72 is also good. Okay.
Yeah.
So we will increase the low. We will increase the lower limit. How we will do that is, because we know the middle index does not work, so we will set it from middle index plus 1. So now middle index plus 1 to the end of the loop. And again, if the target this time is less than middle element, then we will reduce the high. How we will do that is middle element minus 1. Okay. Now, let's 69 is our middle element, and suppose 37 is the number. So this number get eliminated because we search for 69, but it is not the middle element. So this all is eliminated. So just reduce the higher limit. So reduce the limit. This limit comes out to be here. And now we will check between 1 and 49. So lower limit stays the same, but higher limit reduces. Okay, just write the code even once yourself and you will know. Okay, let's print our code. Let's see what we get. Everything seems right.
And it should be 7 because it is present at the 7th element.
Sorry, guys. We have to write here demo list.
Demo list.
The
Yes.
length of demo list.
Yeah.
Yes.
It will be 7.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
And
257 is 7. Let's try 420.
yeah, it should be 9.
Okay, let's try 69.
It should be 4.
Works
Yeah.
for-
It
So
present
works
is
for every
4.
line. Now we will calculate the runtime.
Yes, now
But-
comes the fun part.
Yeah.
Experimentally
calculate
checking the differences.
Yes, and then compare it with the linear search.
Yeah.
So for calculating the runtime, I need a bigger list than this. This is like this might not show the significant amount of change we want to witness. So what we will do is
We'll create a list which consists of numbers from 1 to 1000 and we'll keep our demo number as 999. So our target will be 999.
this append method would add I, and I will start from 1 and stop at 1001. So it would add till 1000.
1000.
So now we have our list. Let's set the target element high enough. 999. Okay.
Yes.
Everything seems perfect. Now calculating the execution time. If you don't know how to do it, we already have a video on it. You can check the cards at the right top corner of the video. I will show it. However, here too, there you might get a precise explanation. So what we will do is import timeit module and use timeit.default timer. We will start here and we will stop here. Stop is equal to timeit dot default time. Now we will subtract both the times. So execution time would be
It will be our execution time. So we have already made a video on this. Do check the card to the right of your screen so that you could visit the video and check it out.
yeah, and this is pretty easy. So let's see the execution time for binary now. Is everything perfect? Target is 999. Yes.
So
Okay.
what
It comes
is
out. Let's just try 1-2 times more. Yeah. Actually, the first time it does not come out that well. We have seen it by experience. So yeah.
binary time is 0.00
00903.
0.0009.
Yeah. Are you
Zero.
writing it?
Yes, I'm writing it.
Okay.
So this is
I
our
can't-
binary time.
Right. Okay. Now just comment out the code which we would not require the next time. This is the binary search code. Oh, sorry. Control Z. And now we will write a pretty short code, but that would take more time. Okay. So for I in check demo list. This is just a linear search. Okay, you have to check it. So we will use f is equal to target. Then just
Print time.
print. We will even break so it does not keep printing after once the job is done. So extra time is not required. Okay. So we have a demo list. This would just linearly go and check for every index and check and if it finds the target element, it would just print the
Print
index.
it out. So now
Yes.
let us run the code and check the time for it. So the time for this comes out to be 0.0018.
You take it 133.
Yeah, 133 seconds.
So you can see that's a lot of difference, literally 10 to the power. And just think, this is a case of 1,000 numbers. Increase the numbers, and you might see difference increasing. And we need efficiency, right? What we need in our runtime is efficiency. An algorithm like this is always helpful. Just the requirement being the array needs to be sorted. And if that's happened, I think you can pretty much implement
Binary
binary
search would
search
be
algorithm
perfect
now.
for such conditions. Well,
Correct.
that was it from CodoCrux for this video. Stay tuned for exciting stuff. Don't forget to check our earlier videos and coding playlists which we have created, and feel free to comment us. We would love to reply each one of you. Well, thank you. Thanks a lot on that note.